This story is kind of like an oldie but a goodie. I don't know, in the aspect of like, it's one of those story times that like, it's really like, I don't know, it's really crazy, and like how do you, like, it's something you don't forget type of thing. Like, it's so outrageous. Basically what happened was, I was 17. I was on POF. Oh my gosh, I met this dude on there, and I thought he was cute at the time, and I was like messaging him, and then we like were getting along, and then we exchanged numbers, and he's like flirting with me, and then after that he's all like, he tells me something along the lines of like, could we talk on the phone or something like that, or I asked him and he was like, yeah, or something like that. Like, one of us asked each other and we started talking on the phone, and I'm like telling him like, hey, I'm actually 17. And he's like, at first he's like, no way, like, I had no idea, like, I don't feel comfortable talking to you. And I was like, okay, that's fine, like, we can stop talking. And then he goes, actually, there's something I need to tell you. I was like, what? And he goes, I don't know how you're gonna take it or whatever. And I'm like, well, just let me know. And he's like, I have like a thing where like, if you tell me to do something, if I tell you to do something and you do it, I get really like off by it, like turned on. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then he's like, yeah, like, for example, like if you do something for me, like, he just kept saying the same thing. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean by that? And I was literally so dumb. I was like, okay, like, I was even thinking like in inappropriate terms, and I was like, you're weird. And he was like, I was thinking, just this is weird. So I was about to hang up. I was like, okay, I'm gonna hang up now. And he's like, no, don't, wait. And I was like, can you just stop being a baby and let me know like clearly what you mean by that? He goes, wait, would you do that for me? Like, that's my biggest dream. And I was like, what? He goes, would you dress up as a baby, wear a diaper, poop in it, pee in it, and that would make my dream come true. Like, I would want that. That's what he said. And I'm like, heck no. I'm like, bye. Like, I literally like hang up on him, and he's just like, keeps texting me about like me wanting to, like, him wanting me to do that. And I'm like over it. I'm like, no. And so then after that, I'm like having like kind of a toxic relationship with him, in the aspect of like, he texts me, he's like texting me like normal. Like, after that, I don't remember him, like, it's kind of blurry, but I don't remember him like repeating it too much until after the fact, and I'm gonna get into that. So he's just like telling me like, oh, like, he's like trying to talk to me, and I'm like telling him no, I don't want to talk to him, but then I talk to him. It's like toxic, I don't know. And then I like cuss him out, and then he like talks to me. I don't know, it's like weird. Like, we have a really weird relationship, or not even a relationship, it was like some kind of weird situationship, because we were never together. But basically then he like texted me on my way to Vegas, and I really didn't want to talk to him anymore. I was like, hey, like, I don't want to talk to your herpy self. I was like, I literally said that to him. I was like, I don't want anything to do with you. He's like, okay. So we stopped talking. Like, a year or two after that happens, I believe it was like a year after that happened, on Halloween day, I start thinking about him randomly, like literally randomly. And all of a sudden I get on Tinder, and he's on there, and I'm like, I'm going through Tinder, and that guy looks familiar, and I have matched with him, and I'm like, that guy looks familiar. And then I went back to, I was like, no way. And it was him. And in my head, I'm like, what if this is meant to be, like, whatever. And then basically go on, like, message him, and I'm basically like apologizing for like being toxic in the past. And he's all like, oh, it's okay. And then he starts saying stuff like, he starts asking for my number again, and I'm like, okay. So I give him my number, and then he's all like telling me like I'm just asking how he's been. He's like, oh, I'm good. And then he's like, oh, how are you? And I'm like, good. And then he's like, oh, like, can you remember when you used to make me mad? I was like, or make me go off on me. That really turned me on. And I was like, is he gonna start with this again? He starts telling me that I would really turn him on, and like how he like had like he really wanted me to like go off on him so he can get turned on. And then he was like, he called me, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm at work. And I was like, just call me after work, like, or something like that. Like, he told me he was at work, and I was like, just text me and call me after work. And he called me, and I was like, what? And he's like, so are you gonna go off on me? I'm like, no. Like, I got pissed off. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't want to go off on you. I don't want to turn you on. Like, that's weird. Like, And he's like, he started twisting it on me, getting all defensive, being like, wow, why are you getting mad? Like, getting like ugly towards me. He's like, why are you getting mad? Like, I'm not even asking a lot from you. Like, he's all telling me that. And he started like taking things out of context. He's like, I actually had a quiz today. You're not even gonna ask. You're not gonna wish me for help. And I'm like, you never told me you had a quiz. And he's like, still, like, you don't even know what I'm going through right now, and you're over here going off on me. Like, he was super like manipulative. And I remember our first time we talked about, like, he would make me feel crazy in the aspect of like, he would tell me something, and then like he would be like, I would be like, hey, remember this? He'd be like, no, I never said that. And it's like, yes, you did. And it was like things like that. And like I kind of noticed he was kind of manipulative and like a liar. Anyway, so he fast forward to this. So I'm kind of like, no, like I don't want to, like do that. And so then I'm like, you know what? Like I tried compromising, and I'm like, you know what? Like maybe I'll do things with him, but I won't do the diaper thing or like the going off on him. Like that's just weird. And then I text him like, I have good news. And I go talk to my ex-best friend, and she's like, I'm telling her the situation. She falls asleep on me. And I like go to check my phone again after like 10 minutes because it's charging. And he had called me like 20 times. And he's like, what's the good news? Like texting me. And I'm like, that's weird. So I answer the phone. Like he's calling me, and I answer the phone, and I'm like, hey, like, oh, the first time around, he had told me like, the first time around, he had before I fast forward to this part where like I checked my phone, the first time around when we were first talking the first time, he like asked me if I could like ask my mom if I can go out with him, and I was like, oh, let me ask her. But then he was like, oh, actually, I just got on base, never mind. Like, but like the way he was like sounding was really sketchy. Like he wanted to like do things with me, and then but like I didn't do things with him. So I was like, and like that could have ended so wrong. Like, especially this man and the sick fantasies he had. Like, I don't know what could have happened. And at that age, like, I don't know what he could have done to me. So I'm so glad I never met up with him. I never even met this dude. But anyway, we'll get into the fast forward part. So anyway, I checked my phone back to this moment. And I checked my phone, and he's like calling me like, and I'm answering, and he's like, oh, what's the good news? I'm like, oh, I was gonna say like, I was gonna maybe do things with you if we got together. And he's like, I don't want to be with you. I'm like, I just want to, and I told him like, I just want to be friends right now, and then we can like work our way up, and then like I can do things with you, but not like the diaper thing or like the going off thing. And he's like, I don't want to be your friend. I don't know why you keep harassing me on me being your friend. I'm like, I'm harassing you? You're the one who called me 20 times right now and is texting me constantly. Like, how the hell am I the one harassing you? And he's like, he hung up on me. And I was like, what the heck? So I went off on him on a text. And then he goes, do you even proofread your texts? Because, like, I didn't even proofread it. I just, like, typed a bunch of stuff and I sent it. And then he's, like, says that. And just to piss me off. And he knew what, like, buttons to push on me. Also, I should say that this man was, like, the one harassing me. Because he kept freaking telling me that, oh, like, he kept texting me and calling me and texting and calling me on, like, him wanting me to do the diaper thing. As well as, like, going off on him. And then the first time around when we were first talking, like, he freaking, that situation with my mom where he told me to call my mom, he freaking, like, called me, like, 20, 30 times just to see what my mom said. It's like, why would you call that much? Like, if anything, you're the one harassing me. Like, what the heck are you talking about? But he was just manipulative. Like, he would just twist everything. So I'm just, like, I'm, like, over it. And then later on, I find, like, I'm, like, Facebook stalking him, and I see that he's, like, with this girl. And they get married. And then recently, it's been years since I, like, cyber stalked him in a way. Not, like, cyber stalked him, but, like, looked him up. You know what I mean? Like, I, like, looked him up once or twice, and I saw that he had gone with that girl. And then, like, a couple years later, I saw that he had gotten married. And then I was like, oh, whatever. And then, like, recently, I haven't even had his number in years, guys. It's been, like, 7 years. And so then I see that, that on Instagram I get like a, you know, it's like friend, like suggested friends or suggested following or whatever it's called. I see that he's on there, and I'm like, it's been years. It's been like 7 years since I've like None of this dude. So I click on his profile. He's gotten a divorce. And I'm like, damn, like, now I know why. Probably because they didn't want to deal with you, like, with your weird fantasies. Like, that was crazy. That was a crazy story, guys. There's some sick people out there with some sick fantasies. Like, I get it. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, I get it if you have your specific fantasies. But, like, if you're having these sick fantasies, yeah, no. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.